Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is actually going to be like a Bible study, actually. Yes, in like 3-4 years of owning this YouTube channel, I'm actually going to do a little bit of a Bible study for you, / with you. Really, mainly for you, because this is not like a live stream. If it's a live stream, I'll be doing a Bible study with you. This is mainly like for you and stuff. Obviously, if you've been following this channel for like the last few months and or years, you will definitely see that I posted a lot of religious content over the past few years. But most definitely, like I don't know if I've said before, ladies and gentlemen, I've had a vast knowledge of the Bible ever since elementary school. Went to ABC Christian Academy, and then from there grew up in a predominantly Christian household, Baptist Christian, etc. I've definitely had a vast knowledge of the Bible since I was since I was in elementary. Not to say I knew everything, because I didn't know everything, and I still don't know everything. But I can rest assure you that last night I just as I was walking in the kitchen, I just the Bible was opened, and I just started seeing some some cool passages that once you pick apart, you can pick apart into some really good song titles. And I decided, let me take this Bible in my room and write some stuff down to pick apart for song titles and etc. etc. And that's what I've been doing. I don't do this every day, but I don't read the Bible every day. But I can rest assure you, I've read it from time to time. I have a vast knowledge of it regardless, and I know what I'm talking about regardless, representing the Lord's ways and etc. For better and for worse. God got my back. But a little bit of a Bible study with you is because there's two definite scriptures in here. I forgot what the second one is, but I know the first one's right here. Actually, yeah, I just wrote down the second one, where it says Psalm 56 down here at 23, or at least in this Bible, it's down 20. Actually, not 20, 22. Sorry, Psalm 56 on page 903. Psalm 56. Paragraph 22. It says, "Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved." So once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is when you again go back to other things that I've done on this YouTube channel when it comes to, once again, like for example, when I think I made a video titled "God's Plan versus the Devil's Matrix" or something like that. I can rest assure you, once again, all glory to God for better and for us on everybody's faith, race, nationality, belief system, you get the point, etc. But I can rest assure you that the devil knows the Bible just like God knows the Bible. And the reason why I say that is because, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of bigots out there who they negatively pick apart the Bible just so they can lie and confuse people and misinterpret things. Pretty much everything in the Bible is up for interpretation by man. One of the reasons why you have pastors, priests, and God bless all priests, but don't really get me on that topic, because I rest assure you, I am absolutely disgusted and appalled by all these sexual abuse allegations, so don't even fully get me on the topic of the priests. But at the same time, there are some good priests, just like there are some bad priests, and etc. etc. But I can rest assure you that yeah, that's one of the reasons why pastors, priests, bishops, etc. etc. exist, is so they can interpret the Bible, interpret the Bible for the masses to hear, to understand, and to work in their lives to help transform them, and etc. You could say into the best version of themselves over time. In Jesus Christ's salvation name, amen. But yeah, the scripture that says, "Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee." Ladies and gentlemen, that is a real verse that has been repeated many times by family members of mine. And I can rest assure you that it is a true verse, a real verse. It makes all the sense in the world, But I can rest assure you that in the wrong hands, that verse is absolutely garbage, honestly. And what that means is, in the wrong hands, people will use that as a device to stay in their sin and to never seek hands-on physical help and training for whatever issues that they're going through. Because I can rest assure you, once again, I'm one of the top people that I'm not just going to hold you accountable. I want you to hold me accountable, or I will hold myself accountable. I don't mind if we both hold me accountable, because I don't want to just be preaching my, I guess, tongue off, or whatever you want to say. I don't want to just be preaching and I'm leading people astray, or preaching and I'm not fully qualified to, and I'm just, just making a fool out of myself in the process. It's all about representing Christ, the kingdom, etc., etc., in the best ways you can to help move move souls to Jesus, and etc. But I can rest assure you with another local report that just got on my phone a couple of hours ago from Action News Jax talking about how within a local church, somebody who's working within youth ministry is now a child porn suspect. Ladies and gentlemen, when I read that on my phone from Action News Jax, I was absolutely 110% appalled. One of the top reasons why is because, again, go back to my previous video that I posted a week or two ago, and I literally posted a video talking about church counseling. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think you'll ever find, this is just my opinion, a bigger advocate for church counseling than myself. I don't think you ever will. But it's a shame and a disgrace, and just, I won't say blasphemy, but let's just say shame and a disgrace, to know that I advocate for it the way I do, but yet you got plenty of people that are working against the best interests of true and real church counseling, and they're using the church, which is supposed to be the house of God, they're using it for pedophilia. And if they're not using it right there for pedophilia, they're in their own homes, doing pedophile things, and etc. I once again believe it's appalling, it's disturbing, and once again, to know that it's happening with people within the church who do stuff like youth ministry, that's what absolutely is even more appalling to me. You do youth ministry. You are, I feel like, supposed to be upheld to, like, literally some of the, just like with the regular pastor and etc., some of the most highest standards of purity. Some of the highest standards of purity, some of the highest standards of righteous judgment, moral character, and etc. What are you doing in your, I guess, so-called private life with this, being now a victim of, a child porn thing? Why? What in, like, what? But the thing about that is, it's not just, one local here and there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an epidemic for years, decades. And every single time I hear a new report about child sex scandals in the Catholic Church, I'm as well deeply, deeply ashamed and appalled. Once again, I'm not a Catholic. I was raised Baptist Christian, but because of my love for the Father, I have a deep love and respect, and you could say admire some things, about faith and religion. I have a deep love and respect for faith, for religion, for God, for church, for Jesus, for, the entire institution of, everything I just named pretty much, church, faith, religion, God, stuff like that. And to continuously see these people mismanaging their, I want to say, the first word wasn't time, but mismanaging their influence, their quote unquote, which this is from one of my previous albums that I got to remaster, power of influence. To know that these people are using their power of influence to corrupt the house of the Lord in these ways. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an abomination, and I can rest assure you that with that abomination, it is going to be, it's an abomination that equals damnation. That once again, God, you have to face God with this stuff. And I can just rest assure you, there's something else I wanted to say that's a tad bit more detailed, but I just couldn't think of how to properly say it, so that's why I just went with something else. But ladies and gentlemen, cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. I believe in that phrase. I absolutely believe in that phrase, but I can rest assure you, we are all humans, and then we're all sinners. I'm telling you, especially within the Christian community of churches, ladies and gentlemen, the pastors exist for a reason. Church exists for a reason. Daycare, kindergarten, preschool, you name it, it exists for a reason. And particularly my proud promotion of church counseling exists for a reason. Youth groups exist for a reason. Youth ministry exists for a reason. But to know that, to know, it's like reading that verse, again, cast thy burden upon the Lord and he shall sustain thee. To read that verse and knowing how much I'm preaching towards church counseling, pushing towards church counseling, it makes it even more obsolete every single day. Every single day. What that means is it pushes a distrust towards church and community. And trust me, I know there's a distrust between church and community. I'm ashamed and appalled by it. Not only is there a distrust between church and community, there's just huge gaps within that. There's huge gaps. There just is. There's no reason. Quote me on this. Not gonna name the particular city, but there's reasons, because there's many cities like this. But there's no reason you should live in a city that has a church on pretty much every single block, and yet people are still corrupt, sick, negatively sick, that is, stuck in their bigoted, biased, double standard, garbage, sinful ways. You live right next door to a church. You live right across the street from one. Around the block. Are you kidding me? Like, one of the top reasons, like, for example, if you, again, know that, actually, yeah, Jacksonville, Florida, my hometown, still live, like, I would say, around a few minutes away from it. Even though I live now, Ponte Vedra, but you get the point. Predominantly, from what I know, what's it called? Over the Christmas holiday, a lot of people didn't make it to Christmas. Or they had a very sad Christmas because they had a lot of death in the family, a lot of death on their blocks. Just like they didn't make it to New Year's for the exact same reasons. Ladies and gentlemen, Valentine's Day was a very deadly weekend for my city. A very deadly weekend. And to know that, once again, I don't know how many churches are all around Jacksonville, but the point there is, God bless Mayor Lenny Curry. Because I remember when he said, oh, I'm investing in all this technology and more police. Yeah, good job, but that's not how you're going to essentially solve these problems. That's probably a Band-Aid at best. God bless Lenny Curry, because I'm a fan of the man. God bless him. Great mayor. But at the same time, guys, you're not going to solve all this violence with technology and more police. You're not going to solve them. God bless all police, by the way. But you're not going to solve these problems with violence, crime, and corruption with more police and technology. You're not going to solve them. You have to, that's why, again, top thing that I don't know if I posted on my Instagram yet, NJ number 2 the city, all lowercase. The one I'm active on now has 3 underscores. But, what's it called? Yeah. I'm calling for every church, not just in Jacksonville, all across the planet, but predominantly, I would say, in Jacksonville and other places that, you know, have a lot of churches, other cities that have a lot of churches. You better get out of your church on whatever day it is, and you better go on some local street corners or wherever you gotta go, and you better go try to pastor some people. Now, I'm not saying that means you go on a street corner and you just start, you know, shouting Bible verses and etc. Like, I'm not saying that, even though I've seen some people do that in downtown St. Augustine. I mean, if you want to take it that far, you totally can. Totally can. But the type of pastor I'm talking about is, like, for example, for the homeless population, you better get out of your church and you better start going to find some homeless people and pastor them. That's what you better start doing. Why do I say it, especially in that type of anchor type voice? Because I'm tired of this garbage. Ladies and gentlemen, it's epidemics left, right, everywhere. You can't escape it. You can willingly ignore it, which I'm telling you is what a lot of people have done. They willingly ignored it. It's an epidemic. Homelessness is an epidemic, especially in St. Johns County School District. Sorry, minus the school district part. Especially in St. Johns County. It's an epidemic. God bless my dearly beloved alma mater, Allen D. East, though. That's where I graduated from, last May, 24th. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just sad. It saddens me very much. And I understand some of you probably like, man, you are crazy for what, all this you put on this video. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to sometimes come off a little crazy with some good passionate rants in order to get some things done, in order to wake some people up. Shout out God bless NF with a song titled Wake Up. I love that song. Sometimes you have to. I ain't got no problem with it. Trust me, it's better me yell. It's better to see me yell about these issues on a video than it is to catch me in person and I yell at some people. It's way better. Trust me, it's way better. I have an attitude now, a developed mentality. I'll take anybody to church. I'll take anybody to church with these facts, with the proof, the evidence, the epidemic. I'll take anybody to church with it. Churches everywhere. You have got to do better. Especially to know that St. Johns County is the highest for homelessness. That's a disgrace. That's an absolute disgrace. 10 cities, a national disgrace. Look back at the video. It's a national disgrace. You can do better. / we can do better. More videos coming soon. You